Welcome, everybody, to the Happier Club. Today, I am joined by two of my really good friends. First off, you already know, the man, the myth, the legend, Alejandro Cryer. He's looking pretty cute. I should have moved all that shit next to you. I don't even know if it shows up in the camera. Today, obviously, you can tell we have a half-assed studio. Before I introduce my next guest, I did not set up anything. We got the mics out and the camera. Apollo's out in his crate, so we'll see if he acts a fool this podcast. As you guys know, that he acts a fool majority of the time when we were doing the podcast. Last time, Rosé was actually taking him out for a walk. But let me introduce my next guest. The guest of today is my man, fucking Ricky Recon himself. Fucking Louise, the bad motherfucker from the 805 Arredondo.
Hi, everyone.
That's claps going on. That's claps, everybody. Yay. They can't hear this, but it's claps going on. All right. Welcome, Louise. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good, man. Woke up 3 a.m., drove down here, had to take my mom to the airport, but doing pretty good.
Hell yeah. You ready to get fucking turned this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck
yeah.
I'm nervous. Tomorrow's going to be a lot.
So if you guys don't know, my little cousin Chris, he's been on the podcast a couple of times. It was his birthday last Thursday. So go to his Instagram, go give him a shout out. It was his birthday last week, and so this week we're celebrating it. We're going to go downtown San Diego, no mask, fucking just go fucking kick it on one of those like a drink party bikes, rentals and stuff.
Bike tour.
We got like 16 people going. It's going to be lit. It's going to be a good time, but it's all of our close friends, so we're going to get pretty wasted.
They're
but
only going to let me pedal.
Before we start the podcast, too, I want to say something. Our sponsor or influence of this podcast is Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. If you guys haven't tried these, they're like a completely different story. They're like
pretty damn good.
I like they're not a sponsor of this podcast, but they're an influence on it just because I love Topo Chico so much. But these hard seltzers from Topo Chico, they're like 3 grams of sugar, so whatever. But compared to like White Claw and stuff, their flavor is a little bit better.
I would definitely
way
say so.
cleaner.
Like a little bit, like exactly what you think a Topo Chico hard seltzer would be like.
My roommate
pretty
drinks
subtle.
Truly's religiously, and I just always feel like shit after like 3.
Are they the iced tea ones?
No, they're just so sugary.
Oh yeah,
So sugary. I always feel like shit. But this tastes, I mean, I got, a little flavor. It tastes clean. It's crisp.
Apollo's
Yeah.
Apollo just got
getting
it.
riled up.
Yeah, he just finished his peanut butter snack. What do you like to sip on, Lou, lately?
Well, I mean, I'm a simple man.
I see the hat.
I like me some PBR.
That's right.
But no, just usually some whiskey, bourbon specifically.
Nice.
Like a good beer.
Nice.
I'm not crazy. Maybe a little bit of wine every now and then.
We haven't seen you in a while, Alejandro. What have you been sipping on lately?
I've been getting back into whiskeys. I was doing tequila a lot there for a little bit. I have to be careful. Tequila, I always try to get pregnant every time I'm on tequila. So like whiskey is just chill. Yeah. It's a lot more chill for me.
What's your favorite type of whiskey?
Like just go to or what?
So
go to
if I'm at a bar?
Irish whiskey for sure.
Like what kind?
Jameson.
Jameson.
Tullamore Dew, cheap, easy to find everywhere, and I mean it's always good.
I do fuck with some good Jameson.
Yeah, I always do either Woodford Reserve
I love
or
Woodford.
Bullet.
Love me some Bullet bourbon.
I'm not a fan of the rye. Oh well, no, they have both. Yeah, they have both. But Woodford, I love Woodford old fashions.
Yeah.
You know what? I can make him an old fashioned tonight.
Yeah, let's do that.
I would like that.
Well, so the plan is for today, I mean, because little Chris won't be here until like 8 or 9. So maybe after this, after the podcast, we'll go chill. Maybe go take the boys to the park or something.
Let them go over and drop their stuff off at the house.
Run over at the house, and then maybe we'll go get some food, or maybe we'll have like a couple of drinks or something at your house, and then go out from there and wait for little Chris to get into town and stuff, and then maybe just go out from there. We'll see we'll see what the plan is.
Hell yeah.
We'll talk about it after. I don't want to give too much information to.
Yeah,
you
you
know,
guys
we
gotta
have-
watch the birthday vlog for tomorrow. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna probably bring my other cameras out too and take some cool photos and stuff.
Yeah,
Nice.
you gotta do it.
Yeah, so getting fucking ready to get fucking wasted tomorrow and
Oh, yeah.
possibly tonight. So
Yeah, I'm always down.
yeah, we gotta get some liquid IVs for sure. Oh well, you already have some.
Yeah, I
Or
have
some drip drop. Shout out drip drop.
What's drip drop? I heard you guys talking about it.
They're well, yeah, you explain.
It's like a little bit stronger version of liquid IV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You just can't find them just like anywhere.
Except for on the East Coast, you can find them pretty easily.
Really?
Yeah.
As I was looking for them, I can find them on Amazon, but I just knew that the liquid IVs were at Costco, and I bought the 60 pack, so I have like a fuck ton. So
That watermelon flavored drip drop. That's the way to go. Fire. Dude.
So it's funny because what are those? Is that just electrolytes like getting replenished?
Yeah.
or-
electrolytes, potassium, and
Really good for cramps
a little
Okay.
salt too.
and like to rehydrate your body like quick.
2 nights in a
retain.
row, I've had cramps waking up. Like I woke up in the
You
middle
drink,
of the night.
you drink some drip drop and you'll be fucking feeling
like
way
it's
better.
been crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I've been drinking a little bit lately. I've been drinking a little bit lately. I've been drinking for the last like two weeks, not every day, but every once in a while I'll have like a glass of wine. We have got the big box wine from Costco. Not Costco.
Franzia?
No, we got it from it's over there. It's like a 3-gallon from Trader Joe's.
Oh, okay.
And it's it's all right. It ain't bad.
You
know
can't
what I mean?
see her. My girlfriend's in the corner, but she actually loves Trader Joe's wine.
The box one?
Or no, they have some like bottled stuff.
They have real brand. Oh, they have their own brand? Oh, well, that's pretty much the same stuff, but it's in a box, I think.
Oh, so it's just
It's just a bigger size.
Yes, yeah. I like the bottle.
I like I like their cab.
Mm.
Their Pinot's all right.
I've never really had a lot of this stuff. Sorry, this seltzer's making me real
Oh,
burpy.
no, it's all good. It makes sense.
Trying not to burp into the mic.
Yeah, for myself, I've been sipping on pretty much wine because I've been trying to stay away from beer.
Same.
Pretty much. So yeah, wine. You already know I love tequila. There was a time in my life where I was like, oh, let me try to start. I drink whiskey, but I drink it with ginger. You know, like a whiskey ginger.
yeah,
Which is our
That's
go-to.
how I- yeah, that's how I
Which
drink.
like, but there was a time where I was trying to get into sipping on whiskey, so I was kept getting like Buffalo Trace and trying all these
Ooh,
like.
I love Buffalo
and it's
Trace.
good. It's good, but then like once you stop for a long time and you lose that taste for it, it's less like like it's kind of like rough.
You have to
me
like
again.
build
Yeah.
your palate back up.
Well, I think it also depends how you drink it. Because if you drink it warm or like you don't do a little bit of water in it, it's kind of like wine where you need to like open it up. Essentially, aerate. Like you get the aroma and everything. And
Yeah,
you're able to taste a lot more.
So it's funny that we're talking about Woodford, like you brought that up because you bought that
Yeah.
last time, and on my third podcast or whichever one I did with Christian Widmer, we drank the fuck out of that Woodford,
No shit.
and we drank like half the bottle, and
God.
it's like a 4-hour.
Did you guys
podcast.
black out?
Yeah, pretty much. It was a 4-hour podcast.
You
on
like,
like a.
fell on the floor and
It-
Rose had to take you to bed.
It was like a 4-hour podcast that lasted all night, and it was like a Thursday night. So Rosalie was fucking pissed, and because she had work the next morning, and we were just fucked up, and we started rapping on it. You guys got.
I think I remember hearing the rapping on it.
Yeah, you
'Cause
got
I was
it.
working out at the gym listening to that. That's when I was in North Carolina. That's all what I would do is listen to the podcast in the gym.
Thanks. I appreciate the love. I should appreciate the support, and also there should be a new, different wave of podcasts coming from you, because me and my girlfriend are moving to a new spot, new layout, new everything. So
it looks amazing.
So expect some different area. That's why today I was kind of just like, well, this is like kind of the last podcast, and I don't think that I'm going to put as much effort into the new one because it's going to be more so that my living room is just going to be a cool area where we can just sit down, have the camera set up, and just fucking press play. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's gonna be like this basically.
Yeah, like this, but better because the desk. This is like, since I live in a 1-bedroom right now, that's a 2-bedroom, and I'm thinking about creating the whole office into a studio or having the living room just be a setup. You know,
It's
what I
great
mean?
for workflow.
Yeah, exactly. And especially having a backyard with Apollo so he doesn't annoy us during the podcast is going to be 10 times better. 10 times better. And he's just going to live outside the whole time, so it's going to be great.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me.
Look at us making moves.
Look at us.
Well,
Who'd have thought?
I told Alejandro because since he's moved to San Diego, since I moved to it's south, like actual San Diego, because I used to live in northern San Diego, we lived together. So we used to live together for a year, and then he moved to Ocean Beach, and then I moved to Ocean Beach, and now he lives like a block away from here, which is pretty sick.
Yeah.
And then I moved in North Park, so now he's got to move to North Park. Like
I'm
he's
down
got
to
he's
go
got to
to
move down.
North Park.
Yeah, he's got to move down the street, Polk Ave. Everybody, actually, I shouldn't have said that, but
You get edited out post production.
Yeah,
it's a big street. It's a big street.
Yeah.
They don't know which house. It's on the corner.
Yeah.
I'm just
That's funny.
The massive house on the corner.
that'd be Imagine if I moved into like a mansion or something in North Park.
Oh my god.
It's funny how the camera brings out all the secrets, huh?
I know all the little bit of alcohol and stuff.
It
Getting
just
a little
all
bit
slips
turned.
out.
So what you
That's
been
a
up to,
gnarly
Louise?
silly.
What's up? What's good? How you been?
Well, I mean, recently moved back to California.
Yeah. Well, let's take it back a little bit. Let's learn a little bit about yourself. So you obviously grew up in Lompoc, California.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
where I'm from.
Started off with an
Alejandro's a whole different story. We don't gotta get into that. You can
You know
watch
the story.
episode 1. You can go back to that and watch,
Yeah.
listen to how he grew up in Kentucky.
Oh,
But
man.
grew up in Lompoc. Kicked it with me from 8th grade, 6th, 7th grade, something like that. 6th grade maybe, I don't know.
So we probably knew each other in 6th, 7th grade, but we didn't really start hanging out until
So 8th grade, right?
8th, 9th grade. Yeah.
Yeah. Once we hit high school, and then I started hanging out with Ivan, and you were already hanging out with Ivan, so that's how we kind of became friends.
Yeah. I was always kind of just like a loner.
Just chill.
I didn't really I hung out with probably 2 people in high school, and that's about it.
Just hung out. Well, then you
Yeah.
started hanging out with me during our junior and senior
Yeah.
year, because all of our friends dipped out. Remember?
Yeah.
So all of our friends were seniors in high school when we were juniors. So when they graduated, it was just me
yeah, it
and
was
Lou.
just-
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And
2-man wrecking crew.
Yeah, and we just were, we just chilled. Honestly, we had other friends too, that would hang out. It just wasn't the same. Our junior year was way more lit than my senior year because all my friends were seniors.
Were you
Yeah.
guys class clowns?
No, I was fucking quiet, man. I just
Really?
sat in the corner and did my thing. And
I hung out. I was pretty class clowny.
I could see it.
I didn't give a fuck about school, so.
I've definitely developed into more of a social creature over the years.
Yeah.
But high school, total introvert. Didn't talk to anybody. Didn't want to talk to anybody. Just kind of
Never
Stayed
went
in
to
my own lane.
parties.
never went to parties really.
He would show up and get hammered and then
Leave.
leave at fucking 10 a.m. I mean 10 p.m. and stuff. And it's just dude, we've been partying for an hour, dog.
It sounds like me now.
There was one time. All right.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah.
dude.
Let's get
So
into
we used
it.
to go hang out at my friend Adolfo's house. Shout out Adolfo.
Oh,
And we used to there in his garage. They used to play beer pong.
Uh-huh.
That's
I know exactly where you're going with this.
He's like, damn it.
and
To preface this, nothing has changed. I still do shit like this on a normal basis.
okay, so we used to play beer pong a lot. We used to have tournaments and stuff,
Oh.
So we used to play beer pong in his garage and shit. When we were in high school, he was a little bit older, so it was kind of cool that he had his own spot. So it was sick. So we used to play beer pong, and then one night it was just Louise, myself, and my friend Adolfo, and we were just playing shot pong. I think we were.
We were doing something.
Every front cup was a shot, or every 2-3 cups were the shot or something. But
I
then,
fucking suck at that.
so
game.
and he sucks, and and at the time, Louise, I'll he's laying down. He's gonna go to bed.
Nice.
Yeah, perfect. But so he used to have. I'll probably put a photo right here, somewhere right here, of Luis when he was in high school. He used to have very long hair.
we
Really?
can do the fucking what is it?
Before-
Past the present
Oh, yeah.
photo because I have it on my Instagram.
He doesn't look too different now.
except for size. What was that?
Yeah, he's a little bit thicker now, and he had a mop head of hair.
Oh my
Really?
god.
Like long, down to right here, right? Down to right
Yeah.
here, but it was thick hair.
Yeah.
His thick hair. So he went to, so we shoot the ball, and then it goes off into the corner, and Luis is, excuse me, kind of drunk, and he's like, "Oh, I'll get it," and runs to it, and then falls over,
into like a weight set.
Yeah, and smacks his head like that, and like falls head first down like that into like a corner of like a studded wall or like a.
It was a garage.
Set. Yeah, we were in the garage, and so
then there's like a weight set, like, but it was strange because it was almost like a planter.
Yeah,
like the weights were hanging on by a thread, so he thought I died.
So he hits it, and I was like, "Oh shit, Louise just got a concussion or something." But because he had so much hair, it protected him.
It was just like a nice helmet,
a nice little thick helmet, a little pillow. He went to bed.
Yeah. I do have really thick hair though.
That was so fucking funny. So anyway, so yeah, you grew up in Lompoc. We partied a lot, kinda, and then like whenever you came out and stuff, and then you were the first. Well, Ivan was the first one to join the Marines, right?
Yeah.
And then you did. What kind of like inspired you to join the Marines?
Well, I mean, coming from like a immigrant household.
Oh yeah,
like
you can tell your mom's story too. She's a G.
Yeah, she is a G. But like, I mean, I always felt like I had to give back a little bit to the country that like provides us with all these fucking opportunities.
Yeah.
So I knew I was gonna enlist at some point. I just didn't know when.
And we thought we were going in the Navy.
Yeah.
We thought we were gonna go special forces in the Navy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I remember growing up playing like the SOCOM U.S. Navy SEAL.
He wanted to become
games.
a SEAL, and I wanted to become SWIC, which is like their.
It's like their boat crew, guys.
Like their boat crew, I remember the SWIC fucking commercials, like a guy on a 50 cal going through like a river, and I was like, oh,
I mean,
so fucking
what changed your mind?
Yeah.
I don't know really. Well, like the Navy recruiter there was just like never there.
Yeah, that's
usually how it goes. Like the Marines are always just like, oh, we'll stick around and we'll pick up anybody. And then
it's funny. I was talking to at the job I work for. I work with a retired admiral, like that was in the Navy, and then another guy that came in that was retired, like pretty high ranking officer too. And he was just like, you know how much stories you can figure out that's just like, oh, I went to the recruiting office and then the Air Force recruiter wasn't there, so I went to the Marine recruiter and bam, I joined. Like,
yeah,
it's so much crazy that just because a recruiter wasn't there, like,
yeah,
and the Air Force recruiter is fucking never there, so you like, good luck joining the Air Force.
Well, I think it boils down to the whole like first impressions are everything thing. Like, if that's your first impression of that like branch, it's like, come on now.
Yeah.
Like you're the face of that organization at that point.
Exactly.
Apollo's just
he's
not
cranky.
having it today.
So everybody, let me give you some background story about Apollo this morning. We woke up at like 5 a.m. He woke me up at 5 a.m. and then he decided, and we went for a long ass walk, and then so he's been awake from there, and then I fed him, we hung out, played a little bit, and then Rosalie went to work. I didn't have to go to work today, so what did I do? Louise came over. We went on for a longer walk than the first walk and went up a hill. And now he's not, like, he hasn't slept at all day, which he's a lazy dog.
He's probably just fighting his sleep right now.
Yeah, because he knows that people are awake and we're doing something, so he wants to play.
He's having his terrible twos moment.
Yeah, he's in that mode where he's like a teenager, and when he just doesn't care. Like when you first got Kai, like he's in that same mode. He's about the same age as that when you got Kai.
Yeah,
he's almost there. He's a little bit younger still. He's still got like 2 more months till
Justin
he's like a year.
Got Apollo obviously as a puppy, and then I adopted my dog at a year old. So I kind of missed the whole this stage. Yeah, Kai still gets into it every now and then, but it's not the worst.
Yeah, it's not too bad. He's not. Apollo's not.
Apollo's gonna chill out too.
Honestly, like he is the chillest puppy I've.
Oh, dude, he's not bad at all. I've seen bad puppies.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He just likes attention, and he just likes to be in people's face.
Yeah,
but he doesn't like destroy shit, which kind of honestly, it's
gentle,
hard as a dog owner to do that.
Like if he was a biter to people, like if he like ran up to people and every time he saw him and bit them, I would be like, oh, that would suck. But this guy's like literally like, I have a video of him licking babies' faces, like being very gentle with like kids and stuff, being gentle with other like smaller dogs and stuff. Like he's a very gentle dog. But then when he gets comfortable, that's when he gets a little. You know?
Yeah. He's like, oh, I like you.
Yeah, he just likes people. He likes.
Oh, you're wearing a long sleeve? Let me chew on that sleeve a little bit.
Yeah.
Because he likes to chew shit up. And that's the problem too. So, anyways, fuck you, Apollo. So let's go back. Let's go back to you. Let's go back to you, Louise. So
Yeah, so like, I knew I was gonna join at some point. I just didn't know when. Looking back on it now, I'm glad I made the decision to do it when I did, straight out of high school, like 17 years old, because like, I would have fucking failed college. Like, to be honest, did not have the discipline for that.
Yeah, like now that you got out.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so if you want to talk about your military career, you can. If you don't, it's all good. I know you did some. You were a secretive guy while you were in there.
Yeah,
so
I mean, like I dealt a lot with like information. I'll just leave it at that. But it was some pretty mentally rigorous and like some physically rigorous schools. But I mean, I appreciated every moment of it. Like, loved all the friends I made along the way, and like I honestly have some like a 1% experience that like a lot of people don't get.
If you're looking for somebody that knows a lot of languages and knows a lot about computers and can fucking do some cool ass shit, this is the guy to fucking talk to.
Hey, I love the fact that I was able to come in and just bring up my EMT stuff, and he like knew most of the shit that I was talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like the names and the acronyms and everything. You just spitting it out, and I was like,
he was like,
shit.
I actually know more than you.
Yeah, he's like,
No.
He's like, you think you're the shit?
That's just
Guess
really cool
what?
that you have that such broad spectrum of knowledge on something that you're like not even into, just because of like your experience.
Yeah, and like I think it's helped me develop as a person a lot more, especially because I've realized that I love learning shit.
Yeah.
Like always being a student it keeps you young, it keeps your mind young, and it keeps you active.
Exactly.
And
I miss being in school.
And just knowing everything, you rely on people that like a lot less.
Yeah.
I don't have to rely on people to, I don't know, to save me out of a situation if I can help it, you know?
Yeah, it's always about seeking knowledge, I feel like, in
Yeah.
life. You always got to kind of try to better yourself, unless you get complacent. I mean, if I was if I was like a billionaire and someone was like, oh, you should do this and that and that and that, I'd be like, well, I got $5 million. I don't got to do shit.
Yeah.
I don't got to better myself. I got enough to live off for the next couple of years, so I'm chilling. If I was ever became a millionaire, I don't know if I'd need to do much more. You know what I mean?
Are you good with just a meal? Just a few mil?
A few mil. It'd have to be a few.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to think, like, the thing is that if you got, like, let's say, like, if you got a house set, you don't got to make mortgage payments on that. If you got, like, savings to the point where, like, until you die, you'd be good. And then until your kids die, they'd be good. Then that's when you'd probably be set. But within $1 million, if you live easy, you live simple. You got to live simple, though.
I think for me, it's like not about the money. It's like having that like sense of purpose. And like, I don't think I'll ever not work for the rest of my life. I personally, I can't do that. I fucking hate sitting around.
Yeah.
Like it's just finding something to do.
But
being comfortable, I completely understand.
Like after a certain point though, like I was just like, I would work still, but like keep it low key. Like I wouldn't have to try to go for the biggest position anymore. Like it's like I could become a volunteer, like something, and help out. You know what I mean? Like that would still be like a purpose.
You would just find a bunch of hobbies.
You could find
Exactly.
You'd find like more like instead of like using your money. Like if I had, let's say I was a fucking millionaire, which probably won't ever happen, but who knows? You never know. So if I was like a millionaire, I would stop focusing so much on making more profit and instead of helping out people more. That's what I meant. Like I'd be chilling.
Yeah.
As long as I was set up. And then whatever I had left over, I'd just be, working a chill job, but using my money in good ways. You know.
Do you think you could ever be a millionaire?
I mean, I don't know. I've made horrible financial decisions in my life.
Dogecoin. I'm just
I put my entire life savings in Dogecoin.
It tanked.
What?
Yeah, dude. Fucking, I'm done. I'm in the gutter.
Did you?
No, I'm kidding, bro.
I was like, oh my god. Oh no.
Who knows, man? Like, money's just a piece of paper.
And
it doesn't really do anything for you. It's just something that you use to get goods.
And you heard it here first. I'm calling a recession in the next year. So all right, but let's keep
I
going.
don't think I
Let's
could ever be a millionaire just because every time I get money, I always spend it on not irresponsible things anymore, but it's not like smart things. I just spend money on things that I enjoy.
All
Yeah.
100 just
Traveling.
bought a $500,000 boat.
Nice.
And
Let's party.
As soon as he bought it, it dropped 50% down on the market.
But see, I have the boat that I wanted at the time, and I'll enjoy it. Like,
I mean,
I'm not looking for longevity. It's just I've got one life, and I'm going to spend my money consistently on things that I just want. It might not be a smart decision. It might not be like the best
so
decision.
I'll say this: if you're gonna buy a boat, buy a fucking houseboat. Like
Oh,
that's the
yeah.
only reason to buy
I'd
a boat.
yacht, son.
Yeah. If I get a
Houseboat,
boat, I'm
yacht,
going to be
same
able to
thing.
live on it.
Yeah,
I'm going to be able to live on it.
I'd
for
buy
sure.
one of those shitty ass.
dude, you can get them for like
pontoon
A
boat.
little
like-
dinghy.
instead of buying like a brand spanking new like houseboat or yacht, get it like a couple year older and like just get it like fixed up a little bit, and it'll
Yeah.
save you so much money.
Oh,
I actually
could
always
feel it.
wanted to do that with my dad. Was get like getting like an older boat and just work on it, fix it up, and then be able to take it out. My friend
cool.
got a boat out of high school. She lost her dad and came into a fuck ton of money, and she bought a boat, and it got stolen after like 2 years, and someone wrecked it.
Oh,
Yeah, sunk it to the bottom of the lake where I used to live.
So
that brings me. That just reminds me of something from North Carolina that I'll bring up right now. But to answer your question, money's not really important to me. Like, I'm already rich in the sense of like having like
you got
a
your
wealth of knowledge.
Hey,
You got your
there you go.
girl.
And
I
a
like
happy
that.
life, you know.
Yeah,
But
I
like-
like it.
Like
Look at her, she said, yeah,
she's over there
Yeah.
doing the old shoulder shrug.
I understand. I understand where you're coming from because I'm chilling
Yeah,
too.
and like you're always like attaining more wealth by like learning new things.
I feel it. I understand.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to say like I was like if I became a millionaire I'd just become a bum. You know? What I
Yeah.
mean?
No,
But,
not at all. You would never.
I mean, but if I have $100 in my bank account right now, and I'm kind of still a bum, so not much will change.
But the North Carolina thing. So in the intercoastal waterways of North Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy because if a fucking ship like shipwrecks in
Yeah.
those like waterways,
Yeah.
and nobody claims it after like a month, it's just free game.
Huh?
Yeah, dude.
You just have it?
That's
Yeah.
pretty interesting.
You're gonna have to like pay the fee to like get it like
Yeah. Taken out
unstuck,
or
and like
whatever.
if it's waterlogged, you gotta do all that shit. But yeah, it's just free game.
This is
And you go through those waterways and you just see a bunch of like shipwreck boats.
that's pretty crazy.
We should get a boat.
All right, I have this is a good transition into a pause in your story, and this is gonna get into my next thing where I wanted to kind of read some of these Point Loma Ocean Beach crimes, public safety news that come to my house. This is the Point Loma OB Monthly. I don't know if you get these, but
I do.
they're pretty.
I
They're
haven't
pretty
even
cool.
checked it out.
So I'm gonna read some of you guys these to you guys, and I want to see. Want to hear some of you guys' reaction and some. You know a lot about like
A Florida
law
man.
and stuff, and
Yeah.
this is actually Arizona man right here.
Oh, no, hell yeah, dude. Med City.
Arizona.
All right, so the first one.
Before we start, can I grab another brain beverage?
Yeah, go ahead, go grab one. So oh wait,
Yeah.
can you grab me one as well? Yeah. Do you want one?
I'm still working on this.
Okay. Yeah, these ones are. Have you read through these ones?
No,
Oh yeah, I've actually met some of the people that are in this, like Jim, like Rosalie's guy.
Yeah.
Was in this.
What?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's a prominent figure in this area. So
Oh, wow.
So let me read you some.
A man of influence, huh?
Yeah, you might. Yeah, met Jim.
I
He
think
came here-
once.
he came here, gave us this painting.
Oh,
when you were
the
sleeping.
foot painting that my girlfriend would definitely hate because she hates feet.
All right,
Look at those toes.
all right.
They're kind of pretty.
So if you guys didn't know, in May 7th or something, there's a guy that there was like 20 people on a boat, and it was from Mexico, illegal immigrants, and he drove through.
Kind of like that.
What?
Or smaller.
Way smaller, way smaller. And me and Rose were there the day before in like, I don't know if it was in like Sunset Cliffs or Point Loma area, but so this guy, they wrecked into the cliffs.
Holy shit.
And like 2 people died, and now he's facing federal federal charges for immigration or like illegal what's that?
Like
Trafficking?
Yeah, like people smuggling, yeah.
yeah.
And then and he pled not guilty. So let me kind of read this.
Shit.
So a man accused of being behind the wheel of a boat that crashed off Point Loma during a apparent human smuggling operation, killing 3 people and injuring more than 24 others. 24. So 20. There had to have been like 50 people in that or 30 people at least. Pleaded not guilty June 1st to the federal ground jury indictment, charging him with 24 counts.
Oh,
I mean,
This is the picture. It's like the boat, like kind of like you can't really tell, but
how do you get it up there?
they smack. Well, because it's probably high tide.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean.
I mean, props on that guy for sticking to his guns and pleading
He said
not guilty.
Not guilty.
I was like, damn, bro, you brave.
Okay, according to the affidavit, migrants who were aboard the boat said they paid $15,000 to $18,500 to be smuggled into the United States.
Holy
and
shit.
they identified
U.S.
Yeah, U.S. dollars, dude.
We're getting a boat, Justin. We're getting a boat.
and we're going to Mexico.
We're going-
But like, I wouldn't be surprised if that guy gets like guilty for like,
Life.
well, for manslaughter, double
yeah.
manslaughter,
Yeah.
dude.
Mhm.
Reckless homicide, right? Wouldn't that be?
That's a crazy story, though, right?
Kind of. It's like,
That's a crazy story that I didn't even hear about. And Rosalie, and I read this and this,
And
and
it's
I
right
said,
here.
and Rosalie was just like, "Oh, you didn't hear about that?" I said, "No, maybe we talked about it, but I don't recall exactly." I kind of recall. All right, so the next story on this is actually pretty interesting because it's actually pretty.
because it's local news.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you're more invested in that shit.
All right, so if you guys know about the Capitol riot, right?
Mhm.
The Capitol riot that happened in Washington D.C. So if you guys
District
didn't know,
1,
somebody
where
died.
Katniss came in.
So if you guys didn't know that that there's one death or there's a police officer that died and then somebody got shot. A
Active
lady
duty
got
airman.
shot. Active duty airman, and her name is Ashley Babbitt, and her husband, and they're from Ocean Beach, which is literally like 5
Over
minutes
the
that
hill.
way, like literally right over the hill. So it's kind of this was in here, and in the headline it says husband of Ashley Babbitt, OB woman shot to death in Capitol riot, sues to investigate files because he believes that. Oh, let me just read it. The husband of Ashley Babbitt, the Ocean Beach riot, has asked a judge to order the disclosure of records related to the investigation that determined the shooting was justified.
No shit.
So what would you guys? Well, how do you think that was justified? I mean, they stormed the Capitol, and then she went through a window, and she got shot because she was getting close to somebody of probably a higher ranking, I'm guessing.
I just like it's not okay to ever hear that somebody's dying and like being shot, doing something that they think is patriotic at the time. But let's be smart here with everything going on at that time, and you want to go and rush the United States Capitol and then not think that you could be seriously hurt and obviously killed.
Yeah, like it's the whole like
Play
No.
stupid games, win stupid prizes.
yeah, like
Like I want
at some point or another you're gonna be held accountable for
I mean,
your
you
actions.
could say that for anything. Like
Yeah.
if you
like it really sucks that she passed away and
It
these
does
people
suck.
are dying. But like I was protesting and doing what I thought was okay for what I believed in. But I also was very smart and very safe. I wasn't running up to police officers and screaming and trying to storm
breaking
places,
windows and literally
I was
breaking barriers.
Yeah,
and
so
stuff.
that's like a very like sticky situation.
like
with that
it
one.
sucks to hear.
And I
It's-
would like to think that this probably happened after they already killed one of the police officers in front of the Capitol building. Because
Yeah,
they killed somebody. They killed a police officer. They killed one police officer. The riot did, and then that one lady died. I think people got
Yeah,
injured.
because
in
I'm pretty
between
sure
it,
I've seen
but
the video because the video was out there for a
Yeah,
while.
I watched
it, yeah.
And like
She just happened to be the first one through the door.
yeah, which I mean, being the first one through the door is always a sticky situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
but like they were already barricaded in there and forcing their way in, but it also looked like they were shooting out into this like just a fucking crowd of people, which is never okay.
Yeah.
that's like some.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's there's a bunch of people behind them, so maybe it wasn't the best idea to
shoot out into a crowd.
Yeah,
you know?
so
but like.
So maybe they need some more training in the Capitol building, but at the same time,
it's just one of those things where like, you know, high emotions are high and adrenaline's even higher, and it's just like, how do you really know how you're gonna react in that situation?
Yeah,
exactly.
And when you're stuck in and you see all these people trying to come in, it's like, all right, I'll be honest with you. If I was any of those people working in the Capitol, and like I've got a wife and kids at home, a family at home, anything to go home to, it's like, nah, back up.
Well, and I can also like, I don't want to say 100% guarantee, but I feel pretty confident that like the person that took that shot was part of whoever VIP's like personal security detail, which is like a little different. Like those people are like hired specifically to ensure the safety of
and
of the individuals that hire.
Oh, I know, like privately contracted security.
Yeah, you know what's crazy too is that these private like contracts and stuff of the security are like of people that like are trying to take guns away.
Exactly, and it's like a lot of them is.
Yeah, it's like kind of crazy to think about like President Biden like kind of
saying
like
F-15s and nuclear weapons to fight the government. He said like don't even bother with getting guns.
Like don't even try what
don't even like try to fight for your guns because you need F-16s and like nuclear weapons to take us or whatever.
Yeah, like he's a weird one.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys have seen that whispering video of just recently of him like
the only one I saw was
I did that. I put 16 billion in infrastructure. I did that. Like it was so weird. It was the weirdest thing ever.
The most recent one I saw.
Joe.
Yeah,
The most recent one I saw was when he's talking. And he said, "America is doomed, not just because of black people." And then everybody was like, but like he continued, and I think his words came out wrong. Obviously, his words came out wrong.
Yeah, he's
like,
a little
hey,
bit,
pal.
a little bit not in there, but
Hey there,
he's
bud.
the president. Well, I mean, shit.
Well, did you see the pictures of like it's like a dinner party that Kamala Harris was hosting, and it looks like a scene from Django because it's like a table full of like white women,
I didn't see that.
and like all the servants are black. It was like, oh my god, how can this PR be any worse?
Oh man,
The worst.
Like honestly, I fucking hate politics, but some of this shit is just like on satire levels that you can't ignore it.
I love watching this shit.
I hate politics. I
yeah.
watch them and I think everybody's idiots.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
matter what, left, right, the government's still gonna win.
We're just trying to eat ass and take names.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I want to do.
Or get my ass ate, dude.
I eat the booty, but I get the booty ate.
I had to bring up that segment into this because you started talking about the boat system, so I had to bring that up in there because it kind of was a perfect transition. But,
Dude, it's crazy, man. I want to get one of those boats.
but anyway,
Yeah,
so
that's
we
some money.
passed on that. So let's go back into your story, Louise. All right. So let's
So
we stopped at the military. You know, you did some cool shit, and you did 8 years, right?
yeah,
7
like,
years?
like almost 8.5.
Okay. Oh, 8.5. God damn. But yeah, I forgot that you joined like a couple
When did you
months
join? You
before
said
me.
17.
Yeah, 17 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking didn't even have like the summer vacation or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like,
He left right after you graduated high school.
yeah,
Oh my
essentially.
god. But you graduated when you were 17.
Yeah, I have a late birthday.
Damn. I didn't graduate until I was 19. But I was also held back.
Yeah.
one
Oh, dude,
year.
my grades are shit. So I'm
You're
surprised
held
I didn't
back
get
your
held back.
junior year.
No, I was held back second grade. They said I wasn't mature enough
What?
to go on to third grade. It's really
Well, a lot of
strange.
people, I've known a couple people like that. Rosalie's okay. So get this: Rosalie's sister and Rosalie's sister's husband, so brother-in-law, both were held back in second grade. Also,
What's
or
up
like
with second
first grade,
grade?
so either second or first grade. They're both held back, and they're both married to now too.
How do you determine that a second grader is not mature enough to go into third grade? Like, I don't even know what I was doing.
Probably peeing
my-
everywhere.
No, my parents just said that it was recommended because I was very hyper.
Mm.
Me?
You're a kid.
I'm
kids
sorry.
are hyper.
I'm fucking second grade.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
all kids care about that age, or like going outside and like
And chilling.
chilling
Running
yeah.
around, having fun.
being
hanging
a
out
kid.
with the boys, just like nothing's new.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nothing's
Jeez.
changed since second grade. We still like chilling with the boys.
Nothing's changed about me. I'm still hyper as hell. Wild.
But yeah, did about 8.5 years, man.
Crazy.
A lot of time to be away from home.
Yeah. Well, now you're back. How you feeling? How you feeling being out?
It's weird.
I understand.
Like
I went
you
through the
devote so
process.
much time to something, and then like you're just kind of like, well, now it's over. Now I got to start over
Yeah.
all over again.
It's like a the one thing that you have like, I'm not trying to say like, oh, take my advice or anything, but the one thing that I had to kind of step over was being humiliated because, you know, when you're in the Marines and you've been in for a while, especially towards the end of even your last 4, you're either a corporal or a sergeant at that point.
Yeah.
And you're above the rank, so you kind of have to like, you know, you have to kind of develop to be like, oh, well, I'm not like I was in charge of people, now I'm not. You know what I mean? Now, like, I'm starting off, like, let's say, like, for me, like, I was working at an electrician company, and then I switched over because I was just like, oh, you know what? I need some more customer service skills. So I decided to, like, do Sunglass Hut while I go to school. And trust me, do you think I wanted to hang out with a bunch of 18-year-old chicks at Sunglass Hut and fucking do that shit as a Marine that I was just in and doing artillery, like, for the last, like, 4 years? No, I did not want to do that. But I did it, and I actually learned a lot of better skills, especially with talking to people. And I got that opportunity, and I did not think I was going to succeed, but I did really well. And now I'm doing pretty well for myself after that. So I got that, you know, just that hump, you know, just that embarrassment. Because people from high school saw me working there, and I don't know why, but they kind of, I don't know. I felt like they're kind of like, oh, what the fuck?
hate
What are you
that
doing
feeling.
here? Like, I'm just like I don't have to be here.
You're
I'm
trying
just
to
doing it.
Reintegrate yourself with normal society. You've been
Exactly,
gone for so long.
I've never had a customer service job beforehand, so let me just try this out for. I only worked there for like fucking 6-7 months. You know what I mean? I just wanted to try it out, try something
Remember
new.
when
I
I'd
was
come
in
and
school.
get lunch with you?
Trust me, everybody that saw me. I didn't need that job. I definitely needed that job, but I told everybody, it's like, you know, have you ever worked a job with somebody and they're just like,
Man,
I don't
fuck
need,
this shit.
I don't need
I
to
can leave
work
whenever
here.
I want.
I can
Yeah.
leave. That's how my attitude was the whole time, and I was just like, but I mean, this paycheck is pretty cool, though. You know,
Speaking of
there's
Shake Shack right now. Why am I working at Shake Shack?
it's just like, but you're not doing much anyway.
Nope.
Like, it's like, it's not that bad. But then when you get scheduled on a Saturday night, you know, you get scheduled on a night that you don't want to be there, and you're
I'll
just
quit.
like,
I'll quit right now.
that's how the thing with my little cousin. He was working at a butcher for a while. I'm not trying to put his shit out there, but he was like, kept saying, dog, I just want to leave. And I kind of was just like, dude, fucking leave. I'm tired of you fucking complaining all the time. He left. I know he has a job that's so much easier and it gets paid the same amount. And it's like the same shit. So it's just like 10 times better for him.
That's good.
And he was like working that as he was working his main job too. So he's working a fuck ton of hours, stress at this one job that had a bunch of drama at this butcher shop. And then he changed over to like a t-shirt company, like just making t-shirts for people. And he said it's like the easiest shit he's ever done. So
Yeah, and I like it's just one of those things where I'm not gonna lie, not really having the easiest transition.
yeah, it's rough.
It's fucking rough, man.
But now that
And,
you have a cleaner slate right now, right? You have a shooter shot now. Like now that you know, you told me some shit that happened recently with something that you're into, but
yeah, like, well, I mean, like, it's realizing you need to find your routine. So I try to immediately go back into the workforce, and like,
yeah.
fucking after less than a week, I quit because I was like, I can't.
We won't say the job, but
Yeah, like
it was
it's
it was a regular.
like it was a huge change of pace to from what I was doing, and it's like I just can't do it, man. Like
Yeah.
I need like the mental break, and
and
like
it wasn't even something that was challenging to you.
No,
you know what I mean. It wasn't even like it was
Very
like a
mundane.
harbor. It was like a not harbor freight, but it was like a freight job. You know what I mean?
and it's just like you need that mental break, especially after doing something for so long, and you like actually taking the time to like relax and decompress, which is
It's not like you. Yeah,
it's something that you don't really think about when
And
you're
honestly,
doing it.
Louise, I think that since I've known you pretty much half my life at this point, and I think that if anyone needs to kick back and fucking relax and figure out what they want to do in life, like it's like you I've known you so long that I've been just like, Louise is gonna do some cool ass shit. And that first option that you had, or not the first option, but that second option that you were talking to me about, I was like, you could do so much better than that.
Yeah.
Like I know I'm kind of glad that they kind of fucked it up for you. Like they kind of fucked you over, like not fucked you over, but was trying like
they showed their ass.
They tried to, yeah, exactly. He was gonna join this organization that I was just like, dude, like you can, I could see him succeeding very high in those ranks and stuff with that organization. But I was just like, dude, you could do something so much cooler because you got a good, you have a good mindset, when it comes to work and stuff. So you can just fucking stick to it and you can just get it done. You have a good work ethic, even though every once in a while we say fuck this shit and we just dip out.
Everybody does that though.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Is
not everybody, but we have a little bit more of a, I feel like a chip on our shoulder, all three of us. I feel like where we can kind of see we're in a shitty situation and dip out. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, that's something I told myself is like, I'm tired of working for dickheads.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like, it's just, I can't, man. Like, to quote one of my best friends in the military, Sasha, it ain't that deep, bruh. Like, that's what it boils down to. That's what life boils down to. It ain't that deep.
Yeah.
That was me leaving this bartending job that I moved to San Diego to do. Yeah. I waited. God, I was living with him, and I waited how many months?
You waited like 8 months.
Yeah. I'm talking way too long.
Because COVID happened, and then first it took forever for them to open up, and then
right when they were opening, boom, COVID. So it was terrible, but like I finally started working there, and it was just like, you guys are fucking awful. You treat people like shit. You treat people like absolute dog shit. I would come home and cry.
To make you feel better, that one of my clients that I'm working with was talking about they went to a happy hour there with a couple people, and they said it was the worst service ever.
Good.
They said it was like literally like everybody, there was like open tables everywhere, and they were just like, oh well, you can't sit there because there's gonna be people there, and but nobody's making. They're just like, there's no reservation. Like we checked, there's like, you guys are open as fuck today.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, like you never know though, like they might show up. And it's just like, well, we're here right now.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reservations even made. Like, you guys are just like, just because they didn't make a reservation, they checked the reservations and they're just like, oh, like, you guys are open as fuck today.
Yeah.
Like, you guys can definitely take us in. So they just walked up in there, and then they're just like, oh, like, but we expect people to show up. And then they were telling me, the guy was telling me, he's just like, nobody even showed up. Like, it didn't get packed for the whole night, and we were there for the whole night.
That's so sad. It's like I waited 8 months for that job to finally open, for me to start working there, for me to get treated like shit, and then completely dismissed once they reopened after COVID and everything. And I was like, you know what? Like, that's
not somebody you should be working for, man.
No,
like,
exactly.
This guy. Oh, keep going. Sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say, like, one, you know your own self-worth.
Yeah.
So like if you're fucking unhappy with where you're at, quit.
I have never worked for a place.
Find something better.
Yeah.
Don't settle for less. Don't sell yourself short.
Yeah, dip the fuck out.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you right now, though, even though I made that comment about Shake Shack, why I'm working there, while I was waiting on that restaurant to open, I started working at Shake Shack because I needed a job.
Yeah.
Shout out Shake Shack.
They, to this day, take so much care of me. Like, when I first started working there and I couldn't even afford to eat, like, they were paying for my food.
No shit.
I told them, like, my story, and I was like, hey, like, life's kind of challenging right now. They would buy my food every shift that I would go in. The managers would give me rides to work, rides home from work. Like, I was riding the bike that Justin gave me at the time. I would ride it to work. They were so lenient with me, always finding hours for me to work, extra money, this and that. And then I've been there for a while now, and now I just got another pay raise, and I'm making $17 an hour, working like 2 days a week, completely chilling, because I have my EMT stuff, so they know that that's what I was like doing. But even through school and the pandemic, they put me on the schedule for 1 day a week and let me draw unemployment, because they're like, you would make more. It was like, you need to go to school.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, because that's not that's the thing that about that type of job. It's just like it's a stepping stone job. It shouldn't be a career.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it can be in the future. Like, I mean, obviously, it's not skilled work as much as just like pressing a button. On
I know what you mean.
the screen. Yeah. No wrong for people that work at the fast food industry and stuff like that at all. But it's good for that they helped you out. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to like bring you down to be like, no, you can't do that. You can't work it. You can't do this.
Encouraged me to go to school, and we're like, hey, you need, do this. We'll work.
And that's a good corporation.
Schedule. Yeah, well, like, and that's the thing is what I'm trying to get at with the like, don't work for dickheads comment is like, and living on both sides of the coast, you notice things like, especially with people and personalities. There's no fucking compassion here. Like people don't look out for one another.
In the United States or in
no, and like on the West Coast specifically, it's like like.
I don't know about San Diego. I don't know.
Like, man. Southern hospitality is a real thing.
Oh, okay,
yes,
okay.
Oh
like,
my God,
I see what you're saying.
There's no compassion in like, hey man, we're all in this rat race. Like, let's just help each other out. You know what I'm saying?
I feel it.
Sorry if I'm like yelling in the mic. I feel like I'm getting a little close.
No, it's all good. I'm chilling. No, I was just seeing how loud it is
right now.
Also, you mind if we take a little fucking TO?
I'm not taking no TO. You can go to the bathroom and chill out, but right. I'm gonna be fucking here all day.
Rapping on the mic.
Sitting in the house.
How you been, Alejandro?
What's up?
How you been?
Horny.
Chilling. COVID's over, dog.
Always making it uncomfortable.
COVID is over. And
are you loving the no mask yet?
Like I've been going
breathing easier.
So the thing is that like I don't know, like I've been hearing like mixed signals from everybody, and it's always the same thing. Like everybody says the same thing, and I've been saying the same thing either. Like too, it's just like the thing I feel about it is this like people always give like, oh, that person isn't vaccinated. And I'm just like, well, that's their choice. You know what I mean? Like that's their choice, and it's not affecting me at all. Like
I love your point on that, because with the no mask mandate, but also with the vaccinations, I will wear my mask, especially when I'm at work, because I'm in contact and in close proximity with so many people. But if I am out just going to the grocery store by myself, I'm not within 6 feet of just a bunch of people.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing that. I can do that.
It's just like the thing right now, though. It's just like
I'm still being respectful.
Well, yeah. The thing is right now is that there's the Delta variant out right now, and I know somebody that just died from the Delta variant.
What's
Not
that?
myself, but it's the Delta variant of the COVID. So there's an Alpha, Bravo.
I didn't know any of that.
Oh yeah, it's not on the news right now. But it's spreading like wildfire. But because there's so much vaccines coming, and there's a new administration. Yeah. Joe Biden, they're not trying to kick him out. So what are they doing? Not being so freaked out about this. But people are dying left and right from this thing.
What the hell?
Yeah. And it's just one of those things that like you see, like it's just like, well, they're not trying to have another COVID breakout and freak out like they did at the beginning. Yeah. So they're like, oh, like the Delta variant, like they're not talking about it. So, but the thing is that if you're vaccinated, you're fine against it. Yeah. So
that's a photogenic gorilla.
Don't bring my mom into this.
So yeah, we're talking about how we feel about COVID being not COVID being over. I shouldn't say that, but the mask mandate and like a lot of things that are opening up now. Yeah. I love it because I'm vaccinated. I'm out. You know what I mean? Like I'm hanging out with like my friends. I went to a Padres game. I went to a Padres-Dodgers game. I should just say I went to a Dodgers game but we got swept this whole series. So we lost every single game we played against the Padres.
Was that the recent game where what's his name got kicked out for waving at the ump?
I don't remember that.
Never mind.
No, I don't know.
Sorry, I'm gay, guys. I saw it on TikTok. I thought it was recent.
Oh no, this is not. This is not a TikTok podcast.
No, it's not a TikTok podcast.
There's not the hype house.
It is
there will be no fucking TikTok in this household.
No, but it was just showing that like one of the Dodger players got kicked out just for waving at the ump, and he's like, "Dude, I was waving at you." He just like did that, and he got like sent out of the game.
No, I don't know. I didn't see that. I'm not honestly. Since we won the championship last year, I've kind of been out of the loop of baseball. I've been kind of even when we won the championship last year, I kind of like that because we lost every fucking year. Like every time we'd get to the World Series, like we got to World Series, we lost. We got to play out. We won the our division every year, you know, so for the last like couple years. Besides, I mean, the Giants are pretty good, but this year the Padres are on fucking fire, and that's why I'm okay with it because I've never been like a Padres hater because they've always sucked, but now they're really good, so it's actually kind of fun to watch them kind of like do a shift, you know. And San Diego's live. I went to the Padres Dodger game. It was probably like 40% Dodgers fans, 60% Padres fans. And it was fucking live. I went to game 2. Dude.
Dude.
Let's go to a game.
It's
Saturday.
Petco Park, right?
Yeah, Petco Park. There's actually a game this Saturday.
Dude, they fucking hook it up for vets, too, man. They have super cheap tickets.
Oh,
good seats, too. I used to
go
there all the time.
Everybody. I don't want you guys to hear this, but I'm going to tell you guys that at Petco Park right now, you can do mobile ordering to your seat. And you can order up to 8 drinks per order.
Hey, that's what the fuck I'm talking about.
So if we got,
I'm not a huge sports guy, but
and they don't even do that for food.
Shit.
Only drinks.
Yeah, it's some badass shit, man.
Dude, let's go to a game.
And the thing is so that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if you guys have you been to baseball games before.
Yeah.
No, I love baseball pants. They're great.
So when you wait in those lines, they take up a lot of time. Like those beer lines.
Yeah, while you're waiting
stuff,
like concessions and stuff, just trying to get a snack.
Like not even trying to get a snack.
A whole bunch of shit.
Just like right as we showed up there, like the lines were ridiculous, and we had to wait. So this is what I did. So Ivan and I went to go get our seats. We fucking perfect seats. Shout out Ivan for getting those seats for us too.
You missed like a whole inning.
Exactly. So like this is what happened. Like
that long?
As soon as the inning's over, this is my plan. Don't try to take my plans, everybody. But as soon as like I know that I have a feeling that the inning's about to end, I get up, walk over to the concessions, and it's usually pretty like silent, dead. Because right at the end of the inning, that's when everybody gets up and they have at least 2 minutes to go to the bathroom, get in line for a beer, and then you usually get back between like the half of the inning or all the way to the end of the inning, depending on the line. So you miss a good amount of time. You miss at least like 10 minutes to 15 minutes of game time sometimes. So the thing that like mobile ordering to your seat, so much better. Honestly, it was so sick. They brought us like we got cut waters.
Dude, those things will fuck you up.
And then dude, I have a fucking story for both of you guys that I haven't talked to you guys about because it just happened last week.
I'm gonna go to the restroom really quick.
All right, go ahead. But
well, before you do that, remember the last time I came when I took the surf liner? Is actually when me and her like first started hanging out.
Yeah.
I had like 4 or 5 of the Cutwater margaritas on the surf liner.
Oh yeah.
Showed up hammered. Like I was fucking blitzed, dude. Those things are 12% a can.
Oh yeah, they fuck you up. We've had this conversation so many times about like the Cutwaters, and I'm thinking about bringing. There's these Cutwater like popsicles.
Oh no shit! They make those now? That's next level.
That's like the new thing that's like coming out throughout all the alcohol like seltzers people, like the Cutwater.
I'll just go ahead and silence this guy.
There we go.
Voice call.
But yeah, so they have like these new popsicles and stuff. So that's pretty dangerous.
Because I've seen it's like wine, like ice cream. So it has like, it's nothing that you have to eat like 12 tubs of it to get a buzz.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like 1 or 2%. But if the Cutwater, they do the popsicles, that may be a game changer.
Yeah, I mean,
especially in the summer months.
I think even Bud Light seltzers are doing every seltzer company are coming out
like
these like a slushy like type thing, which they've always been around, but they've been like rum.
Yeah,
it's always been like a rum, like a
or like a
slushy.
Sex on the Beach, or
it's been like a slushy type thing. But these are legit like you got a phone call.
It was a video call.
Can you get out of the camera shot?
Damn, dude.
All right, so let me tell you guys this story. Are you good? Yep. All right. let me tell you guys this story really fast. All right. So I have 2 stories actually. All right. So I'm gonna tell you this story about me blacking out, and then I'm gonna tell you this story about this ghost that I saw last night.
Oh,
last night,
segue.
and then he could talk about his ghost stories, and we can talk about ghosts for a little bit. But so let me talk about this blackout story that happened last weekend, which I did not mean to happen. So me and Rosalie woke up, and we knew that we were going to go see T.J. Miller at the American Comedy Co. downtown. And so what we decided to do was like eat breakfast and like, you know, do a bunch of things during the day and then get it done so we can go out to the comedy show at night. So I took Apollo out, we did a bunch of shit, but we forgot to eat. Like we had one meal in the morning, like right as we woke up, and then we did not eat for the rest of the day. We had like eggs, I think, right before we left.
Yeah.
Which don't do shit.
Yeah.
You know, don't fill up your tummy. And so what we thought we were going to get tacos right as we showed up to the spot that we were pre-gaming at in downtown. What happens that we just end up drinking the Cutwaters. We got 4. If there's any more, can you get me one?
I was gonna get you guys one. You're the guest.
So
I'm trying to reinforce that Southern hospitality around here.
So we are down there and we're drinking, right? And I get the 4-pack of Cutwaters at the liquor store down the street, and so both of those have 2 shots of tequila.
Yeah.
What I have, so I'm on an empty stomach. I just had eggs and I had a breakfast like in the morning, so I have nothing in my stomach all day. I'm a pretty big guy, so I should probably eat some more food. You know what I mean?
What exactly is exotic pineapple is what I want to know.
These are the best ones. I think that these might be my favorite, the pineapple ones.
I'm sure my girlfriend will appreciate the pineapple later. Little dirty joke for you guys who are in the know.
I don't want to know what your pineapple is.
No.
It's all good. You guys are
No,
fine.
pineapple's supposed to.
Oh.
You're all good. You got fresh sheets, and I put a water lock cover over my mattress because, you know.
You never know.
You never know what kind of fluids are going to go.
Exactly. Sometimes
So,
like,
all right. So we are drinking. Pee on me. And then the next body fluid is me throwing up on the bed. What the fuck did you drink today?
what happened to you?
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Oh, but so
That's also very artistic.
I drank. So let me just tell you what I consumed, and I don't know exactly what Rosalie consumed, but we both blacked out about the same time.
Holy
So
shit.
like to the point.
That's impressive.
So let me tell you the story. So we
Even
drank.
the body weight difference.
So I drank, and I drank more than her, obviously, in harder drinks. So
Yeah.
this is what kind of ruined me. So I drank 2 of the Cutwaters, and then I drank a half of one. So I had 5 shots in 10 minutes.
Whoa.
And I didn't think about that because you're just drinking
you have no idea.
I think it was like
Those Cutwaters are
I think it was
fucked,
just the regular margarita one or the strawberry margarita, which has 2 shots per can.
Yeah.
So, and like we were talking about, they're 12%. So you drink those, and I'm on an empty stomach. Then we go to the comedy show where there's a mandatory 2-drink minimum. I get whiskey gingers. And then we go to, what's the Double Deuce, where the mechanical bull is. So we go to
that.
Double Deuce.
That was the old spot, man.
So we go to Double
That was a
Deuce.
pregame spot
That's-
when I was
yeah,
in the ring,
so-
when I was over here.
So we went to the
Ring.
American Comedy Co's right next door. We went to Double Deuce, which I love because we were going to ride the bull. And then I got another whiskey ginger. So we're talking about this. So I had I had 2.5 Cutwaters, 2 whiskey gingers, and a beer at the comedy thing. So we're talking about what, a couple shots now and a beer. And then we get so we got to Double Deuce. I had a whiskey ginger, and then we ran into 2 people from Lompoc, Keldon Marmolejo and Steven Pico, and pretty good homies. Like they're like I've known some from Lompoc and went to high school together. So what do? They offer us to buy us a drink, right? And so I get whatever they're getting, you know, and get Rosalie a tequila shot. So Rosalie takes a tequila shot. I take a whiskey shot. Fat whiskey shot too, and I go. I think it was either Jameson, Tullamore Dew, or something like that. And so I took that with a back too, and then I took that and I was like, okay, they left. They went to go do something else. Like I talked to them about like future plans with us too, like us doing like a podcast together and shit. And so they left, and I was like kind of feeling pretty drunk by that point. And then I was like, Rose, I think that we should leave. Like I think that it's time for us to go home. And then
Always a smart call.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I say that, bam, I wake up in my bed.
Yep. Always a smart call. Like once you know, like, like
There's
you're
that
getting that
last shot,
feeling,
and you know it, and you're like,
bam, I
gotta
woke
go.
up in my bed, had no recollection of what happened, how we got here, and I woke up Rose. I said, "Do you remember how we got home?" She says, "No." And I said,
Oh,
and Apollo is out of his crate, just in the living room hanging out. Just like all our phones,
shit.
my phone was on the floor, her phone was over to the left. Like
I just chucked it.
I woke up in my button-up shirt and my underwear, hot and dehydrated. It was so bad. I'd never gotten so blacked out to the point where I don't even remember getting in the Uber. Like I remember, I've gone fucked up before. I've blacked out before.
I've gotten that fucked up
but to the point where it's like it's like 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Like maybe 9. Like the next
it was
comedy
9?
So the next comedy show was at 9:30. So I'm guessing that had to have been at about 9:30, right? It's like because there was a whole line waiting to get in. So
You guys probably just said, "Fuck it, we're not going to the show."
well, no, we already went to the show, and then there was a second comedy
Oh,
show.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so we went to the early show at 7:30, and then by 9 o'clock we were already fucked. Like we were like the comedy show's about an hour, so 8:30.
Yeah.
And then the next comedy show starts about 9:30. I think that like by 9:30 we were out.
Yeah.
We were out at the house.
When's the last time you blacked out? Because I got a story.
I'm too embarrassed to say it on the podcast.
Last night.
No, it was about a couple weeks
He's like,
ago.
right now, I
it
don't
was
know about that.
it was one of our roommates' brothers' birthdays, and like it'd been the first time I really gone out in Lompoc. Like at least like gone out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And like I was like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. And I just got hammered, buying shots of whiskey and tequila, and like
Oh,
we saw like a bar fight with a knife pulled like at
Oh shit!
Yeah.
What bar?
Sham, obviously.
Oh, nice.
My favorite bar in town.
I
That's the
love
spot.
it.
Yeah,
It's like a less ghetto Lorelai's, right?
yeah.
I went to
I saw that you're wearing the sweater. That's
I mean,
all
obviously.
that's his old town bar that he used to go to out in North Carolina.
Lorelei. Nice.
If you're in the know, you know.
I went to Jasper's last weekend.
How was
I,
it?
I don't know, man.
I
I used to love that place, but
Ever since Alejandro left.
yeah, it hasn't been the same.
It hasn't. Well, I showed up and typical. Alejandro, I gotta buy you a drink. I gotta buy you a shot. I gotta buy you a drink. And I was like, wait.
You should have hit me up, dude.
I'm supposed to
You
drive
should hit me
home.
up. I
We
would've-
didn't,
I
he
went
didn't even know
for,
that you're
Father's
home,
Day.
probably.
So I didn't even
okay.
know I was going out. But my friend hit me up and he was like, "Hey, we're going out." And I was like, "No, I'm not." I was like, I got my kid, my dog.
Yeah.
I got my dog.
You got your fucking grown ass son.
I
It's
know.
like probably
A
like
whole ass grown man.
18-year-old man.
And I was like, "Nah, like I'm good." And he was like, "Hey, tonight's on me. Like we haven't seen you in a while. You got to come out with the crew." And I was like, "All right, fine." So I go out and shot after shot, drink after drink. Wes comes out. He buys me 2 drinks. He's like, "Hey, your next 2 are on me. Just go let him know." And I was like, "Oh God." So like I keep drinking. At last call, I start going down, and I feel it, and I'm feeling it just like you felt. And I was like, I need to go home. I think I need to go home. We don't. We go to the casino.
What the fuck?
What a
Then
series
go
of
to the-
unfortunate events.
Yeah, that's
Go
like
to
a
the
fucking
shoe
30-minute
mash.
drive, my
We
dude.
go to the shoe mash.
I'd throw up if I
Apparently,
started blacking out.
apparently, in the back of the car on the way to the shoe mash, I'm making out with my friend's cousin in the back.
A
Getting
dude or a
jerked
chick?
A dude.
Nice.
I'm getting like, I'm laying in his lap getting jerked off on the way to the casino.
Okay, that's a little bit too much, but all right.
Hey, good for you, man. Like,
That is good. That was kind of cool, though.
a little OTPH shade never hurt anybody. All right.
Over the pants jerk off.
I think that's the first time that's been dropped on the show.
That's so funny that you said that, and I automatically got that. I said, what is that? I said, over the pants jerk off. All right.
Yeah.
Or
So
whatever.
that's-
Hand job.
Oh, hand job.
That's happening on the way to the casino. We get there. I jump out, get my life together, button my pants up because I'm a lady. And we go into the casino.
Everywhere.
Oh, no.
Tucked it under the shirt.
Try to hide it all drunk is all over him.
He's wearing black pants.
They're going to a nightclub with a
Oh wait, hold on. Where are my keys at?
So we get to the casino and I take a 20 and I stick it in one of the slot machines. One of the big dragon one.
Hold on, I gotta do this.
lose it all.
Oh no.
Keep going. I'll be back.
Clean.
See?
I have Apollo.
Wait, do this one. Do this one. Apollo.
No, it's so
Oh yeah.
no crazy fluids.
So that'd be messed up if we did it and just see a bunch. I can explain it.
Even with the Apollo slobber, it's not that bad.
Oh, covered.
We're clean, folks. We're clean.
Covered in jizz.
So I stick a 20 in the.
Wait, hold on 1 second because of that. You were gonna put a 20 in, but did you see David Dobrik's recent shit that he posted? It was like he had like a thing and he was like checking out, and then Jason Nash was right there, and he's like, "Oh, you're really clean too," and then his face and it's just fucking covered in a bunch of shit.
I haven't. Oh,
It is
God.
fucking funny, but
gotta
anyways,
watch
yeah.
it.
So you put a 20 in the slot
I
machine.
stuck a 20 in the big dragon slot machine. Jackpot right off the bat.
How much? $800,000.
No. It was a small jackpot, but it was like it hit right away and it started flashing 260. And
Nice.
out of 20, and I was like, "Oh, cash out!" Cashed out, and I walked drunk as hell to the next one. I put another 20 in, and I hit another jackpot. It was like I think another 180.
Nice.
And I was like, cash out. So I had like 200 and some odd change or some whatever in my pocket. So right before we leave, JB went to her car and brought a shot in. She poured it into the little water bottle, brought it in. I chugged it. I took. It was so gross. I gagged, threw up in a water fountain.
Oh.
Where you drink the water. Threw up in it. Walked up to the roulette table, slapped 200 down. I said 200 on red. Slid it over.
Black.
Hit it. Walked out with over $400.
Nice.
Went home at like 6:30 in the morning. My parents' ring went off at 6:30, and it shows me with one shoe on and my pants like half on and half off. And I'm like,
I'm gonna get a ring for the new spot, and I can't wait to see. So now I know.
us coming home from the office.
Oh,
Dude, I like that spot, man.
The office.
Yeah.
It's dude,
It's
10-minute
amazing.
walk. 10-minute walk, like
So-
6-7 blocks from my house.
Small bar. Small bar is another place you need to check out if you haven't.
I think
been
I've been there. You've taught you
Small
you took
there.
you took
when
me
I was
there.
doing some stuff with the military out there, I would go to small bar all the time and
It has
to study.
Doesn't it have like a small like outdoor area?
Yeah.
And then like it's kind of like you took me there. It's
Yeah.
kind of like a more chill spot.
Yeah, funny story about that place.
tequila bar?
No, it's like a little dive bar.
Mm-hmm.
They have some pretty good food there too. But like one time we got fucked up there, as one does on like a Tuesday or Wednesday, and like my buddy threw up in like a pint glass and put it on the counter, and we went out to go smoke a cigarette, and like the bouncer, because we just put it outside on the smoke pit
You
area.
told me about this.
The bouncer comes out and
no.
is like, did you guys fucking throw up in this pint glass? We're like, nah. And
Ew,
they-
that's gross.
He's all nah.
yeah. Well, because he had to keep throwing up. He went around the car and like was throwing up in the street, and then came back, and that's when he asked that. And we're like, no, dude, who would do that? And then just like went to the next bar.
Tito
Didn't
did
even pay
that
our
once at
tab.
Jasper's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking funny. I love
came
drunk
in.
stories.
He tried to take a
Oh
shot.
my god, I
Didn't
remember.
go down.
Oh, you told me about that, or he told me about that. I
Threw
forgot
up.
which one of you guys
Took
told
the
me.
shot and it came right back out into the
Onto
cup.
the
and he
all.
set it down.
I thought it was all over the door or all over the bar.
Oh, it did.
Oh,
It did, but he aimed it for the glass. It was a little shot glass, so it filled it up. He just kept
Ugh.
going up, and then he walked out.
That's pretty fucking.
I
Gross.
think that was the night that he found him in the grass.
Let's not talk about that on the air right now. All right.
No, we can cut it out.
I'm not cutting this out. This is a perfect podcast. This is the one that I'm not editing at all. Sorry, everybody. I should have told you guys that. I'm not editing this.
But like going back to the fluids and like the parlor tricks thing, like for what was this, like $5 or $6? This is a perfect party gag because it's like a black light that like fits.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh, yeah,
that
that's
is
hilarious.
perfect.
It always gets the crowd going.
All right, let's see.
You gotta check for streaks, man.
Yeah.
They got
You
streaks.
dirty
on their pants.
motherfucker.
Yep, you can't trust them.
Right on their ass crack. Ugh. But anyway, so let me tell you guys about this ghost story, and then you can talk about you guys' ghost experience.
yeah.
I don't really believe in ghosts, but let me tell you about this little thing that happened last night that kind of freaked me out. Not gonna lie. So I'm not gonna lie. I might have done some things before I took Apollo out. Maybe drank a White Claw, a tall can, and maybe and
Oh, that's what was on the counter.
and maybe would have taken some other substances that elevated my mind, just to that next level, as in
Thanks for the invite, Dick.
smoking marijuana. I smoked some weed last night.
Oh.
And so I went to go take Apollo out for a walk. And I wasn't it was my first White Claw. Like I drank half of it, and then I took Apollo out and I smoked one bong rip. So I'm going up the over here around the corner and shit, and it's like pitch black outside. It's like 9:30 p.m. So it's pretty dark out. And so like where I walk him, it's like super dark. And I see a bum walking up the hill that we walked up earlier. So, but he's in like the bike section, and he's like dragging like his jacket. Like kind of weird. So I was like, whatever.
Kind of like a lost kid dragging his jacket.
Yeah, but he was a grown man, and he was like, I could totally tell it was a grown man. Like he wasn't like a shadow. It wasn't like, it was like a legit, like I thought it was just a homeless guy walking up from Midway, because Midway's like filled with homeless people. So
I'm glad you said that, because it fits perfectly with my neck.
Okay, good. So this is what happened. So this is like, get this. So I'm like, where I am, it's like a patch of grass, like from like this wall to that wall. And that's the patch of grass that I take Apollo out, and he goes potty a lot on that grass. So I was just like, I'm going to go on this side of the street and go. And then I saw this guy walking up, and we're heading to the corner. So at the corner of the street and into the middle of the street, he walks into the middle of the street, which I thought was weird, where a manhole was, and starts like going like this, like kind of like reaching down.
To like kind of like pick it up?
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Like I didn't know if it was like, I didn't know what he was doing, right? So I was like, fucking Paulo, let's like, I don't know if he was like going to the manhole, picking up something or what, but whatever. It was kind of weird. So I was just like, nobody's around us. It's 9:00 at night. There's no cars or anything. It's me, Apollo, and this homeless guy. Apollo's staring at this homeless guy too. So I was just like, okay, Apollo sees him too. Like after this whole thing, I was just like, he had to have been, something must have been there, because I wasn't really paying attention so much. But then I started staring at him and just like, what is this guy doing? Yeah. And I'm like, from here to the corner of the street to the middle of the street. So it's not too far, like 10 yards maybe. So I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And I was like, you know what? I don't want to deal with this. It's only us. There's nobody here. And then so I was like, Apollo, come on, let's go. Let's go back. It was right after we got off the phone with you.
Sandy area? Yeah.
Literally, no, right after we got off the phone last night.
Oh, no shit.
I was on the phone with you, that's why I was kind of like, let me talk to you later, dude. Like, I'll talk to you later, because this was happening as I was on the phone with you, and I wasn't paying attention to him as much. I was paying attention to Apollo and you. So once I saw him, I was like, what's this guy doing? And I said, all right, later. And then I turned around, and I started walking from that side. Like, let's imagine that's the grass, and I got to, like, right here. I turned back, nobody. Not anything, not anybody in sight.
Dude.
Not anything. Like nobody. Apollo's not even looking anymore. Like Apollo's like kind of like, he was kind of like looking back still, but then there's a point where he just like stopped looking back. I didn't look back until I got from like that wall to this wall. Yeah. I looked back, nobody. And he was in the middle of the street when I turned back from that wall. So it's not like he had time to like, and he was walking very slow up the hill. And then now he's just was in the middle of the street. Now he's not. And he's not on the right side where I can see, and the left
sketchy.
side down the hill. I can still see that far.
I mean, that kind of like goes into the whole like cats and dogs being like conduits into the other side kind of deal, man.
Yeah. So and then I thought the guy was following me. I thought that, like this guy must have like saw us, and maybe he's like kind of behind us now. Like maybe he's like coming up on the other side of the street because I can't see. It's kind of dark on the other side of the street. So maybe he's across the street from me, and he moved while he saw me like be like, "Oh, Apollo, come on, let's go." And I thought he was like on the other side of the street. Looked, nothing. And then a truck came up, pulled up to the stop sign, and like he just like stopped for a little bit. And then I like, so you can see the lights were coming up, you know, like I could see like the whole street. Nothing. And I was just like, well, like why you're not, because like like if you go up this hill right here, there's no reason for homeless people to be up here. It's all residential area, like nothing like that.
They'd have
like,
to be way out.
Yeah.
There's
And then,
nothing
so
up
there's
here
no
for them
reason
to,
up here
look
to like come,
do.
like there's nothing up here. There's like my apartment complex has like trash cans, but there's not like, you'd have to like come up here and know this apartment's here to come pick this place out.
You
Which is kind of hard, you know?
Hill.
Really weird. There's a weird coincidence that happened, and like talked to Rose about it, and I was just like, dude, like I saw this and that, and she was just like, whoa, shit, I don't know what the fuck that was either. And then I was just like, dude, that was crazy. And then we ran back home because I was like, if this guy's following me or if that's a ghost, we're out of here. So me and Apollo ran back home.
I mean, always a smart maneuver. Get the fuck out of Dodge. Yeah.
I said, well, because the thing is that if that guy was to come, if he was an actual guy, not like, I don't really believe in ghosts. That's the problem too, is that like I've seen like figures, like white smoky figures before in my life, but I've never seen like something like that where it's just like vanished in like a second. And I literally could tell that was a homeless person and that was an actual man at the time, and then changed over.
I think we have a very similar mindset on it. So it's not that you believe in ghosts, but you're wary enough to respect it.
Yeah.
Whereas like where I feel like some people like take it like one way or the other. Like some people are too afraid of it, and some people like don't respect it enough.
Yeah, I was just like, if I saw a ghost, it'd be like, it just has like, that was like kind of like a shock. You know what I mean? Like an instant shock where I like looked back and he wasn't there anymore. And it wasn't like, he was like on almost like to the ground when I turned back. So he would have had to like get up and then run. And I didn't hear anybody run. And Apollo would have been like, oh, he's running. You know what I mean? Like it was just like no sound, no nothing. And no other cars were on the street until that truck passed.
Yeah, that's sketchy.
I mean, like my whole thoughts on it are like, if ghosts are real, or like, you know, something stays behind, you know?
Yeah.
They just want to be noticed.
Exactly.
A lot of the times, that's what it is. Like, think about it. You're living forever.
I always say it's not ghost or spirits. I always just say energy. Just says like, as far as energy goes.
And that's
the popular term is apparitions.
And that's the thing
True,
too, is that it's crazy, is that like it was like legit like somebody there. That's the thing that like blew my mind about it, is that it's not just like I was there and it just happened to be like, you know, like it just happened to be like a shadow or something. Like I legit saw a fucking homeless guy walking up, and then now he's vanished. Like he like legit, like I like looked, like I turned my back, walked to that wall to this wall about the same size, and then looked back, and then bam, he was gone. It wasn't like he was just like he was. And the weird thing that it was really weird is that it was super dark besides right over him, because it was a light right over him, and he went to the middle of the street, on a busy ass street.
So it's very apparent that he was there. You weren't just seeing something.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't just think like, oh, that guy's like, I've never seen the guy. I've lived here, so I think I know I see a lot of the same homeless around here. You know what I mean? It's always the same people, but I've never seen that guy ever in my life.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like, again, perfect segue into like, shout out Sammy B. It's my buddy Sam's property, Sammy B 69. So he lives in a fucking private property, man. Like there's only one way in or out, and like it's like surrounded by water, essentially, water and woods.
Is this the one that you were at that party and you guys were just shooting into the water and shit?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's a fucking sick property, but like since the first time I went there, I was like, yeah, this property is a little spooky at times, and like I always just kind of shrugged it off. I'm like, whatever. Like, I mean, everybody thinks their fucking house is haunted or whatever. And then we were doing a course there.
Keep going.
I'm sorry, that's perfect.
He does that all the time.
He does. I'm sorry. I just had to.
But we're doing a course there. It's like broad daylight, like 12 in the afternoon. Sun's blazing hot outside, and again, it's only one way in or out. So if you hear a car driving by, you know somebody's coming.
Yeah.
No car, no nothing. I'm sitting on the couch, like almost exactly like how I am right now, but with a laptop. And I have a clear view of what would be the front door in a conventional home, and like the kitchen entrance.
Where is this at? Your friend's house?
In North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah. And I see what is clearly like a middle-aged, like 20, 30-year-old, like white male, like just walk by that front door entrance, like, because it has a window. Like, just see him, like, from the edge of the house, walk through the window to the other side
Clearly
of the house.
walk by, right? Like
Clearly walk by and, like, go towards, like, the kitchen entrance. And, like, because Sam was sitting on the other side of me. I was like, hey, Sam, you expecting anybody right now? He's like, no. So, like, as soon as he says no, I beeline it to the kitchen, open the door, look left and right, and nothing. And like, I just went back down in my seat, sat down, and was like, what's up? What happened? And he's like, nothing. I just kept doing my thing.
Yep.
It's like,
That's
they
what I do.
They just wanted their one moment to be noticed.
Some crazy shit, man.
And like, we found some spooky stuff that, like, we don't know what it was when we found it. I'll leave that for another time, or maybe after the podcast. But like,
yeah,
like, hey man, there's stuff out there that we can't explain.
exactly. There's a bunch of shit out there that we can't explain, that we don't even know what the fuck's going on.
Don't try to understand it, just respect it.
Yeah,
true.
That's where I stand on it.
True as fuck. I had to make sure that this was still recording. I would have been so mad if I was just like,
Oh no.
but at least this is. I mean,
Yeah.
audio.
Can you
is
check on
better
your
Well,
than-
phone?
I'm glad.
I
that
don't-
you
I
guys
just didn't
can
check my phone.
I'm glad that you guys like have the stories to where you can see something, but mine have always, like, most recently, the one that I haven't even told my roommate about, just because, again, I'm respecting it. I'm not going to draw attention to it. Just know that it happened. I know it happened, and I'm going to leave it. I got woken up one morning. I think it was about 3 weeks ago. Could have been 4. I'm losing track of time. 3 to 4 weeks ago, I woke up at 5:30.
Yeah, remember these people are staying at your house tonight, so you better.
Oh no! This is different. This is different. So, and nobody.
I'm whatever.
Knowing,
My girlfriend, not so much. She's a scaredy cat.
and nobody knowing my dog, he doesn't have an actual aggressive bone in his body. He's a giant baby. He's just vocal. He likes to
He's
bark.
vocal.
And that's it. I have seen the hair on the back of his neck stand up maybe 2 to 3 times since I've had him. And it's always been like when he's alerting me, something's really going on. Somebody's at the door, or like we're walking and like a homeless guy is like staring at him as we're walking by, and he's just uncomfortable. I woke up at 5:30 in the morning to my dog standing over top of me, staring at the corner in my bedroom, growling a growl that I've never heard come from his body before. I mean, he
It was like
knew.
a defensive growl.
He was standing over my legs, pointed, tail straight down. All of the hair on the back of his back
Scary.
was stand up. And I've never heard him growl like that. I've heard him growl and bark before. Never like that. That was like, I'm going to have to kill whatever's right there. And he's just staring. And then I was like, hey, it's okay. So I turned my light on. Then I pet him, give him some kisses. And then I was like, what's going on? I didn't even think anything of it at the time. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? You're being weird.
Like
Because I
I
sleep
said,
with my windows open. And like, you hear shit all the time, dogs barking, whatever. It could have been any of that.
the conduit thing, man.
I wake up the next morning, make my coffee. I'm on my computer doing my schoolwork, and Jamie comes down. And she's like, dude, I couldn't get back to sleep last night. Zarko woke me up. And I was like, why? What happened? She's like, I don't know. He got up, I don't know, some time like after 5 and was growling at my mirror. But our rooms are opposite. So she's like, he's good. And again, I know you don't know anything about my roommate's dog. He
is the
never
most
bites.
like chillest husky you'll ever meet.
It's ridiculous. He's not a husky. He's a cat. He's
Literally,
chill.
like he is
She
the
said-
most docile. Like
Doesn't
like
give a fuck.
imagine
You're gonna meet him,
Apollo.
you're gonna love him.
Like imagine
too, by the way.
Apollo
You're
and
gonna
like
love it.
imagine
He's probably
Apollo.
like me, just wants
Yep.
to chill.
That's
You know how
all he
Apollo's
does.
super like he's super lazy and chill and stuff. That's gonna be him in like 2 years. But imagine like a husky, because a husky's usually not like
Yeah,
that.
they're
He's
usually
the-
pretty hyper.
He's
and,
the
like,
chillest. He just likes to chill.
I can't
hang
wait for you
out.
to meet him. You're gonna love him.
Yeah,
Like, you're
he's
gonna
the-
see it after I tell this story. You're
gonna be like, I
"Ooh,
want a
something's
husky."
wrong.
I want a husky.
So she came downstairs and was like, "Yeah, Zarko woke me up and he had his nose pointed at the mirror. I thought he was just growling at himself." And I was like, "No way, that's crazy. That's wild."
yeah, that's strange.
She's like, "Yeah, I just couldn't get back to sleep." I didn't tell her.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about it. I don't know what happened that night. Both dogs saw something, and I'm not okay with that. I'm just gonna let it be.
yeah, just
That's all you
anything
can. That's all you
anything
can
hasn't
do, man.
happened
Yeah.
since.
and it just passes by.
Yeah, nothing is. I've lived there for almost a year.
And that's
now.
and sorry not to interrupt you, but that's the thing with these things. Like it's so like you don't full circle away around it because you don't want to talk about it sometimes. And then sometimes like you have such different stories. Like you have me and Louise that actually saw something, and then you have somebody like you that didn't see anything, but your dog reacted. And then there's been times for myself that I've seen something and it's nothing like what we experienced. I've literally seen like smoky figures, like Casper ghost type figures before.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. That's like until this point, I thought that like what a ghost should look like until last night.
Yeah.
I swear to God, this is last night. I don't believe in God, but last night.
yeah.
Like,
You're like,
Satan.
"Oh,
I'm
hey
just
there."
joking. Satan hell. I'm just joking.
it's just
Throw a few Hail Marys out there.
yeah. Like I sincerely feel that like it's just them trying to get attention.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
show up as
nothing bad
flavor.
is-
Show up as Flavor Flav, and then I'll get your attention.
Because I used to
Yeah.
get drunk at Sam's house a lot, and like there's
Were
been a
you
couple
drunk
times.
when you saw that?
No, I was completely sober.
Yeah.
That was
See,
during
the
day.
thing that's what I'm saying. Like, I did drink that White Claw, but like I wasn't like. Trust me, guys. Like I drink 3 of these right now, and that's not even equivalent to what. And I'm functioning, and I could see everything.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
But-
Like
But
I was
what's
like I was
what.
alert last night. I'm alert when I'm walking. Like
Yeah.
it's just something that like you kind of develop after a time after being abused. I'm just joking. I'm just
Oh my God.
walking.
But at Sam's house, like we would get there drunk all the time, but we'd still he lives right next to a swamp, so you hear shit.
yeah.
But there was some stuff that like sounded very human, and it's like you can't replicate that sound otherwise. There's a couple times I got fucked up there that I would be smoking a cigarette and be like, "Hey, Ghost, you know we're cool, right? We're pretty cool. I respect
chill,
you.
right?
Yeah,
Do your thing.
yeah, like do your thing. I notice you. Don't
Yeah.
worry." And
Yeah,
like,
you're fine.
I mean,
That's so funny you say that. That's my exact mindset on all of it. Is if anything has happened, I don't even need to speak on it. It's just like it has happened, but I'm not gonna.
yeah, just
So it's funny that because the thing that
cool.
like the
Yeah.
first thing that I thought of when that thing happened last night was that, oh, this guy's coming after me.
yeah.
Like that's like because that's automatically like first thing like when I sit in fucking restaurants I gotta stare at the door and shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm like one of those guys that, like,
I
you
think
know,
that's a military anxiety.
yeah, but
thing.
like but the thing is that right after that, like right after I saw that guy not there, I said, oh, this guy's getting closer to me. So
That
I
you
gotta get
can't
out.
see- yeah,
I
that
gotta
you
get
can't
out.
see him.
Like it's like fight or flight. And I have Apollo that's not gonna fight. You know, he's gonna think that this guy's like a friendly guy because he thinks every human wants to hang out with him. And this is something that Apollo's about. You know, he's not a guard dog. And so like I was like, oh, gotta get out of here right now. And then didn't even question it. And then after like we got halfway down the block, I said, oh. Something was weird about that because I constantly like we run and then I stopped and I stood there and waited to see like what the movement was, and I was like, oh, no movement. Then that truck came and I was just like, oh,
Yeah,
there's
gotta go.
definitely nobody around
Yep.
here.
Gotta go. Hey, do your thing. Apparate wherever you gotta go.
I
will
said
mind
you can
my
go.
business.
I said it was just so weird that happened and I was by myself. Nobody else was around. You know what I mean? It's just like the most strange thing. And then I came back and told Rose, like you can like quote word by word how I told you guys. Rose will tell you exactly what I said last night. And she was just like, that's crazy. And I said, yep. I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to really talk about it, but it's going to be a good subject to bring up on the podcast tomorrow.
Hey, shit happens, man.
Yeah, I'd call out the podcast right now. I'd call it off, but Alejandro went to go potty, so we're going to wait, and then we'll call out the podcast. So what's the plan for the day?
Just kind of chill. Maybe hit the gym. Maybe hit the pool.
Yeah.
And
it should be. It looks kind of sunny outside right now, so it looks like it's going to be a good day. Obviously, we're cooped up in this. That's the one thing that sucks about the podcast is that like I do it on like Fridays and Saturdays during the day. So like those are my days off. So like I should be outside chilling and stuff, but I'm in a sweatshirt inside kicking it doing a podcast. So we'll be outside today though. Get some sun.
Should be nice.
Yeah, get some water on our skin. Just post up. What time is it?
I don't know. My phone's blowing up. 101.
101. Not too bad. We have
It's not too bad when you've been awake since 3 a.m.
Yeah. Are we raging tonight or what? What's going on?
Yeah,
What's the
I'm going to
move?
fucking rage, dude. Come on. You know me.
Welcome back, everybody. Sorry, Alejandro had to go potty really fast. He had to, and that's like the first break of the actual podcast, but I think we're going to close it out from here. So I wanted to give you guys a special shout out to all the viewers for sticking with me. I know it's been hard to, actually get these podcasts done. We've been super busy. It's summer. We just want to drink and have a good time.
Hot boy summer.
Hot boy, thick boy summer. White boy summer.
Yeah, white boy summer.
Thick boy summer, dude.
Alejandro's like, fuck yeah.
If I wear enough white.
Yeah, as he's wearing a white t-shirt or a white sweatshirt. But it's kind of getting hot in here. We're going to go hang out. We're going to go do some shit throughout the day. And sorry that you guys can't join, but go check out my Instagram at Justin Touchade, or you can go check out at the Happier Club. We're always live on that thing, doing a couple things, and shout out your guys' Instagrams. Give a shout out. What are you guys doing lately? Like if you guys have any business ideas, whatever.
Yeah. So go ahead and follow at F3 Blades.
F3 Blades.
A little startup I'm doing, just toying with the knife making thing. So trying to help out people, make some handmade tools to hopefully people will utilize.
Hell
That's
yeah.
actually badass.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Yeah.
I want him to make me a
unfortunately
neck
we didn't get into that whole thing, but like again, I'll probably be
another
on a
time.
later
By the
podcast.
time you develop that more an idea, then we can get into that, and you can maybe bring some of them on air. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
And just kind of
show it
show
off.
them out. Stab Alejandro. They
Don't
work
tell
really
me
well.
does that.
They work really well.
He'll
See,
be
now
stabbed
he's
me with a fork
he's an
once.
EMT, so he should be able to help himself out, right?
at least do a
A
suture.
stab one.
Yeah.
Well, next time Alejandro will be giving us IVs live.
Hey,
I'd be
that's
down for
like,
that.
I'm just that would be funny as
let's do
fuck.
it.
We're all getting IVs. You showing off your knives and stuff. You stab Alejandro.
Thanks, Alejandro.
You stab me with a needle. I'll stab you with a knife.
Oh my god.
But anyways, shout out your shit, Alejandro.
You guys know Alejandro.crier on Instagram. Hit me up anytime.
Hit up Alejandro for fucking whatever you need.
Anything.
Anything. You guys ever heard of Backpage? Just hit up Alejandro's fucking.
That's a
Low
throwback.
prices.
Yeah.
So, all right. Thank you guys so much for viewing this. Thank you, fucking Apollo, for being quiet for almost majority of these
Goodness,
2
little
hours. He's
boy.
been sleeping. I really tried to make sure that he's not getting all crazy and not a lot of cuts during our shit. We're going to go get some food. We're going to go drink.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Thank you guys. Yeah, it's been about an hour and like 40 minutes. So
I'm hungry.
thank you guys. All right. Later.